It is the middle of the night. You are tucked up in bed, warm and cozy, dreaming of winning a biscuit dunking competition. Everything is peaceful. Then suddenly, bam! A monster has grabbed your leg. It feels like your calf muscle is being twisted into a knot by an invisible gremlin. You yelp, you kick, you try to straighten your leg, but the pain is immense. This, my friends, is the unwelcome arrival of the midnight leg monster, otherwise known as a nocturnal leg cramp. It is a sudden, sharp, and rather rude awakening that leaves you wondering what on earth just happened. This sneaky visitor doesn't send an invitation. It just shows up, unannounced, ready to cause chaos in your calf, foot, or thigh. One minute you are happily snoozing, and the next you are wide awake, clutching your leg and making a face that could curdle milk. It is a truly bizarre experience, isn't it? The pain can be so intense that it feels like your muscle has decided to throw a very aggressive, very painful party without your permission, and just as quickly as it arrived, the monster often vanishes, leaving behind a sore, tender muscle as a souvenir of its visit. Many of us have been ambushed by this leg-squeezing fiend. You might be a super fit athlete, a busy parent chasing after toddlers all day, or someone who enjoys a good sit-down with a cup of tea. These cramps don't discriminate. They are equal opportunity annoyers. They seem to have a particular fondness for the quiet hours of the night, when you are at your most vulnerable and least expecting an attack. It is almost as if they wait for you to be completely relaxed before launching their surprise assault, turning your sweet dreams into a rather painful, leg-wiggling nightmare. So what is this mysterious force that turns your peaceful slumber into a wrestling match with your own body? Is it really a monster? Well, not quite, but the science behind it is just as fascinating and thankfully, a lot less scary. Understanding what is going on inside your leg when this happens is the first step to showing that pesky cramp monster who is boss. It is time to shine a light on this nighttime nuisance and uncover the secrets of why our muscles sometimes decide to go rogue while we are trying to get some rest. Right then, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What is actually happening inside your leg when it feels like it's being tied in a knot? A muscle cramp is basically your muscle having a bit of a tantrum. Normally, your muscles are brilliant team players. Your brain sends a little electrical message telling a muscle to tighten up or contract, so you can walk, wave, or lift a biscuit to your mouth. When you are done, your brain sends another message telling it to relax. It is a smooth, controlled, and very organized process. It all works beautifully most of the time, but during a cramp, that system goes haywire. Imagine your muscle is like a light switch. Your brain flicks it on, but then the off signal gets lost in the post. The muscle stays switched on, contracting harder and harder, and it simply refuses to relax. This involuntary and forceful contraction is what causes that sudden, sharp pain. It is your muscle squeezing with all its might, but without your permission and without any intention of letting go. It's like a car engine revving uncontrollably when you haven't even put your foot on the accelerator. This isn't just a gentle squeeze, it is a full-on powerful clench. You can often feel a hard, tight lump in the muscle, which is the muscle itself balled up in its contracted state. It's your own body working against you for a few seconds, or sometimes even a few minutes. Your muscle fibers, which normally glide past each other, are all bunched up and pulling against one another. It's no wonder it hurts so much. It is essentially a short circuit in the communication lines between your brain and your muscles, leading to a complete muscular meltdown. Think of it like an orchestra where the conductor suddenly leaves, and the violin section decides to play as loudly and as fast as possible, ignoring everyone else. The result is chaos and a rather unpleasant noise. A muscle cramp is the physical equivalent of that musical mayhem. It is a temporary rebellion by a small part of your body. The good news is that this rebellion is usually short-lived. The muscle eventually gets the message to calm down and relax, but not before it has made its point very, very painfully. Why at night? So why does this muscular mayhem love the nighttime so much? Why does it wait until you are deep in dreamland to strike? Well, there isn't one single culprit, but rather a team of troublemakers. One of the biggest suspects is dehydration. Throughout the day, you might not drink enough water. When your body is low on fluids, the balance of important minerals called electrolytes like potassium, calcium, and magnesium gets all messed up. These minerals are crucial for helping your muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough of them, your muscles get twitchy and are more likely to cramp. Another major reason is how you are positioned in bed. When you lie down, especially on your front, your feet are often pointing downwards in a position called plantar flexion. This shortens your calf muscles. If you keep them in that shortened position for a long time while you sleep, they can suddenly protest by cramping up. Similarly, if you have your knee slightly bent for hours, the muscles at the back of your thigh, the hamstrings, can also decide to have a meltdown. It is like holding a pose for too long, and the muscle just gives up. Over-exercising, or even just using your muscles more than usual, can also be a trigger. If you went for a long run, spent hours gardening, or helped a friend move house, your muscles can become fatigued. Tired muscles are grumpy muscles. They have used up a lot of their energy and may have accumulated waste products like lactic acid. This makes them irritable and much more prone to cramping later on when you are resting. Your body is trying to recover, but the overworked muscle fibers can get their signals crossed and end up in a painful spasm. Finally, sometimes it is simply down to being still for too long. During the day you are moving about, which keeps your muscles active and the signals from your brain flowing smoothly. At night, you are mostly motionless. This lack of movement can sometimes cause the nerve signals to go a bit haywire. Think of it like a radio that starts crackling with static when you haven't touched the dial for a while. This neurological static can accidentally trigger a muscle to contract, leading to that rude and painful awakening we all dread. Right, you have been woken up by the leg monster. What can you do to fight back? The first and most immediate thing is to stretch. It might be the last thing you feel like doing when you are in agony, but it really works. Straighten your leg and gently pull your toes up towards your shin. This lengthens the cramped calf muscle, encouraging it to relax. It's like gently unknotting a piece of string. You are manually telling the muscle, "Oi, calm down." You can also try standing up and putting some weight on the affected leg. Once the initial pain has subsided, a bit of gentle massage can help. Rubbing the sore muscle can increase blood flow to the area, which helps to flush out any waste products and bring in fresh oxygen and nutrients. A warm bath or putting a hot water bottle on the muscle can also be wonderfully soothing. The heat helps to relax the muscle fibers and ease any lingering tightness. Think of it as giving your poor, overworked muscle a nice warm hug to say sorry for the earlier drama. Prevention, of course, is even better than a cure. The number one rule is to stay hydrated. Make sure you are drinking plenty of water throughout the entire day, not just in the evening. This helps keep your electrolyte levels balanced and your muscles happy. Also, try some gentle stretching before you hop into bed. A few simple calf and hamstring stretches can prepare your muscles for a long night of rest and make them less likely to protest. It only takes a minute or two and can make a world of difference. If your bedclothes are too tight, they might be restricting your movement and forcing your feet into a cramp-prone position. Try loosening your duvet or blankets around your feet to give them more room to move. Ultimately, these nocturnal leg cramps are usually just a painful annoyance. But by understanding why they happen and taking a few simple steps, you can send that leg monster packing for good. For more brilliant and bonkers science secrets about your amazing body, make sure you subscribe to Joen Academy. We make learning about how you work fun.